Whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Victor Gamboa, and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 4 at St. Joseph Hospital. Just in case some of you don't know what diabetes is, there's many types of diabetes, and diabetes is a metabolic disease which makes the pancreas that produces insulin to the body stop producing insulin, which causes high blood glucose in the blood. When I was diagnosed, I was in the hospital for about a month and a week or 2 weeks. And at that time, I was connected to tubes. I guess I could say, overdosed in drugs, and it was not a really good experience. I was connected, and I was monitored 24/7 by nurses and doctors. It was kind of a life-threatening situation because it was caught at the worst time. Being diagnosed at a young age made it challenging for me to be a kid. Considering that kids like consuming candies and eating all kinds of junk foods, I wasn't able to do that. And if I was, I had to inject myself multiple times a day, and I don't think it was really worth it. Having diabetes means that I always have to be aware of my blood pressure at all times, no matter where I'm at, or even if I'm sleeping, I still have to somewhat be aware. So it kind of makes sense. Because if my blood pressure gets low when I'm sleeping, my body just automatically wakes up, and I wake up really sweaty, weak, like if I'm dying, but it's not a really good feeling. If I don't have my insulin that helps me keep my blood levels stay in a safe level, then my blood level will rise, causing a heart attack, and in worst cases, death. So I always have to carry my pen, and if I don't, if I don't have any carbs on me, which is like food, candy, sweets, juice, when my blood level goes low, then my blood level will go down, then I begin to feel weak and faint, and after a good amount of time, after untreating the low blood level, I will possibly die. For a couple of years, I felt embarrassed and uncomfortable to test myself and take care of my diabetes in public, like take my shot in public, because I felt like people would look at me different, and I didn't want to be seen different. But after a couple of months and time after living with diabetes, I kind of got comfortable with it. I saw that this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Sometimes I wouldn't give my insulin in public, even if it was in a high dangerous level zone, so I begin to feel very bad. Like I begin to sweat, get hot, and then I feel a heartburn, and that's when it eventually leads to a heart attack. So I just kind of knew that I had to feel comfortable with what I had. And I do feel comfortable now. I feel comfortable talking about it, comfortable doing it in public. Diabetes has caused me to pass away 2 or 3 times, twice in the hospital and once at home. And in those 3 times, I was dead for roughly around 3 minutes, and I'm still here standing in front of you all, so I'm thankful for that. And then diabetes, being in the hospital for such a long amount of time made me want to become a nurse, which made me switch my career passage, because even throughout these 4 years, I had it since I was 4 and I'm 17 now, so that's a lot of time. So throughout those times, I've been in and out of hospitals, sometimes a week span. I went back to the hospital, and my childhood was mostly in the hospital because I didn't know how to take care of myself. So I had to take classes on how to properly take care of my blood level. And the nurses always looked out for me and always made me feel safe. And since a young age, I always wanted to help people, maybe with my situation or cancer or any other diseases that could be life-threatening. So that's why I wanted to become a nurse since a young age.